Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about the differences between Trek's three main road models. These are the Madone, the Emonda and the Domane, all anagrams of each other, but we'll start at the front end of the Madone. So nice and aero front end, no ISO speed or anything, just nice and streamlined, slippery. Integration is key with this bike and making the front area as fast as possible. Fairly large tyre clearance, there's 25mm tyres in there at the moment, so 28s would quite easily fit there, and a super deep fork. The Emonda, we'll look at the front of that, still fairly aero, not quite as chunky as the Madone, but still a fair amount of aerodynamic tech going in there. So looking pretty good on the front there. Fork isn't quite as deep as you can see there, and has a slightly wider tyre clearance on there, so I'd say a 30mm should be absolutely fine in that frame, looking at that like that. Finally, look at the Emonda. Domane, sorry, and we've got ISO speed on the front, not quite as integrated on there, so you've got the cables external there into the frame, not quite as deep on the fork. There still is a little bit of aero tech in there, but not quite as much. This is a 32mm tyre at the moment, so you can easily fit a gravel tyre in there if you really felt inclined to. Bottom bracket area and crank area, got a 50-34 for some reason on aero bike, but that's what it comes with. Massive chunky tubes, down tube and seat tube joining here on the bottom bracket to a huge area of carbon fibre. That will make the bottom bracket area super stiff and responsive, but also getting rid of as much drag as possible from that frontal area of the down tube there. On the Emonda, slightly shallower down tube, but still a very chunky bottom bracket. But you can see it's not designed to be as aerodynamic and stiff at this point of the bike. You've got a 48-35 on there from the force crank. You can see super wide, still going to give you great power transfer, just not quite as aero and built up as the Madone. And on the Domane, much smaller tubing here, so this is going to be the least stiff out of the three. So this has got big round tubes, all more designed for comfort rather than aerodynamics. But that's kind of the main thing of this bike. You've also got a cubby hole here and puts your spares and stuff in there tied to the top of that casing, and you can pop it in there quite easy. Your bottle case sits on top, so that's quite nice and neat. Just adds a little bit of weight though, but again, all designed for convenience and comfort. Rear end on the Madone has ISO speed, massively thin stays, all pointing in the direction they're nice and flat, which means they don't give anything at all. Hence why you do have this adjustable ISO speed underneath the top tube here. That's what gives you your comfort. Without that, you would have zero comfort on there whatsoever. Massive setback on the seat post there as well. But again, aerodynamics is key. On the Emonda, because they've designed this to be the lightweight bikes, you've got a nice flat top part of the top tube there, round, and a seat clamp which goes over the top of the frame itself. This all encourages flex without the bike requiring ISO speed, so it means they can make the bike itself much lighter, because you don't have to have that technology that actually weighs a fair amount on there. And finally on the Domane, so you've got the same sort of ISO speed as on the Madone, but it's non-adjustable, it's just fully flexible, and you can see where it's just a round tube going through, connecting with the ISO speed to the top tube and the stays. And then the seat post itself sits inside of the frame, which means that whole rear seat tube is able to flex nice and neatly on its own and give you the most compliance possible out the range. So enjoyed this video. This is a quick overview of the difference between the three bikes here. They're both all SL7 models, so all around the same price point. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, comment and like, and I'll catch you guys later on.